They told me saving money was all about cutting back, skip the latte, cancel the dinner out, sacrifice a little joy. And I tried. I cut expenses, followed budgeting apps, told myself no 100 times. But every time I managed to save 100, life found a way to take it back. A car repair, a birthday, a random sale. And I started to wonder, is it really about discipline? Then I met someone unexpected, a single mom working a regular 9-to-5 job who had saved over $4,000 in just 1 year. No big income, no second hustle, just habits. I asked her how. She said something simple that changed everything. I didn't change my life, I just changed my rhythm. That one line rewired my brain. I stopped focusing on strict budgets and started noticing my unconscious spending patterns. I realized you don't need to earn more to save more. You need systems. You need structure. You need rhythm. So if you're someone who earns a decent income but still ends every month wondering, where did it all go? Stay with me. I'm about to share 7 small but powerful financial habits that help me and thousands of others consistently save 100 to 200 every single month without giving up your lifestyle, your joy, or your sanity. Let's dive in. Habit 1. Pay yourself first. Every time before I paid the rent, before I touched a single bill, before I even opened a shopping app, I paid myself first. The moment my paycheck hit my account, so I moved 10% into a separate savings account. Automatically, no hesitation, no, I'll do it later. Even when my income felt tight, even when it was just $30, I did it. Because it wasn't about how much, it was about who I was becoming. I didn't wait to see what was left at the end of the month. That never worked. Life always found ways to eat up the leftovers. So I flipped the script. I treated saving like a non-negotiable bill, like rent, like electricity, because future me matters just as much as current me. At first, it felt weird, like I was stealing from myself, but after a few months, I looked at that savings account and felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Peace, control, confidence. Saving money didn't make me feel restricted. It made me feel powerful. And that simple habit, paying myself first, became the foundation of every other financial change. You want to save 100 or 200, even 500 a month? Start with $10, but do it before anything else. Because when you learn to prioritize your future starts taking care of you. Habit 2, track every expense without judgment. For years, I avoided looking at my spending. It felt uncomfortable, like shining a flashlight into a messy closet I didn't want to clean. But the truth, what you avoid controls you. So I started small. I downloaded a free expense tracker app and promised myself one thing. I would write down everything I spent, without shame, without guilt, without judgment, just facts. Throughout coffee, log it. $1 snack, log it. 15 to ride share, log it. I didn't punish myself. I didn't try to fix anything. I just observed. And within a few weeks, something clicked. I wasn't overspending because I was irresponsible. I was overspending because I was unaware. When I finally saw where my money was going, all those little leaks, I naturally started plugging them. Not because I forced myself, but because I didn't want to waste anymore. It wasn't about becoming perfect. It was about becoming present. Tracking my spending didn't make me feel restricted. It made me feel in control. And from that control came calm, confidence, power. If you want to save more, don't start with guilt. Start with awareness, because once you see clearly, you can choose clearly. Habit 3, set a weekly no-spend day. Out of all the habits I've tried, this one surprised me the most. I simply chose one day a week. For me, it was usually Monday or Wednesday, where I would spend absolutely nothing. No $3 coffee, no $1 snack, no impulsive Amazon checkout. At first, it felt restrictive, but within a couple of weeks, it started to feel like a cleanse, not just for my bank account, but for my brain. It gave me space to pause, to reset, to breathe. It broke the cycle of constant consumption. And the best part, I began to notice how often I spent money just out of habit, not necessity. That $5 here, $12 there, it added up. By having a weekly no-spend day, I created a rhythm of mindfulness. 4 days a month of zero spending equals over 50 days a year. That's nearly 2 months of financial stillness. And no, I didn't feel deprived. I felt powerful. I felt like I was back in control. Because real freedom isn't just about having money. It's about not needing to spend it to feel good. And this simple habit helped me realize I already had enough. I just needed less noise and more intention. Habit 4. Automate your bills and savings. I used to be the person who always paid bills late, not because I didn't have the money, but because I simply forgot. And that forgetfulness cost me in late fees, stress, and missed opportunities. One day, I decided enough was enough. I opened my banking app and set up 2 automatic transfers. One for my fixed bills, rent, internet, subscriptions. The other, a fixed amount of 100 cents to my savings the moment my salary landed. No thinking, no deciding, no asking, can I afford this today? It just happened, silently, consistently. And that changed everything. Because automation does something powerful. It removes emotion from the equation. You no longer rely on willpower or motivation. Your money just moves with rhythm. It turns discipline into a default setting. And here's the truth I learned. Systems protect your goals when your mood can't. On bad days when I felt unmotivated, tired, or reckless, my money still did the right thing because I had already told it what to do. Habit 5. Delay every non-essential purchase by 72 hours. This habit saved me thousands of dollars and hundreds of regrets. Before every sale notification felt urgent, I'd see a $30 shirt online, think, why not? And boom, bought it. But I rarely wore it. The rush faded. The regret lingered. So I made one rule: delay every non-essential purchase by 72 hours. Add it to cart. Wait. If after 3 days I still wanted it and it aligned with my values, then I'd buy. But 90% of the time I forgot about it. That tiny pause helped me differentiate desire from impulse. It gave me control back. No more emotional shopping, no more clutter, just space in my wallet and my life. And the savings? I started noticing an extra $40 to $60 per week staying in my account. That's over $2,000 a year without sacrificing anything I truly loved. Habit 6. Create a spending forecast. Every Sunday night. Every Sunday night became sacred. While most people were winding down with Netflix or endless scrolling, I brewed a cup of tea and opened my notebook. I'd write down a simple spending forecast: 20 for transport, 50 for groceries, $15 for fun. It wasn't a rigid budget, but it was a soft plan, a gentle reminder of where my money would go before the week even began. And that tiny shift from reacting to planning changed everything. I stopped being surprised by midweek bills. I stopped the guilt of overspending. I knew what was coming. I made peace with my money before I even spent it. Some weeks I stayed under budget, some weeks I didn't, but the awareness gave me power. It turned chaos into calm. I wasn't perfect, but I was prepared. And preparation, not perfection, is the key to long-term financial freedom. Habit 7. Celebrate small wins. For years, I believed saving meant sacrifice, that it had to feel hard, boring, maybe even painful. But one day I saved my first 100, and instead of ignoring it, I paused. I smiled. I took a walk. I wrote myself a note. You're doing it. That tiny celebration made saving feel different. It wasn't punishment anymore. It was progress. So I kept going, 300, 500, 1,000, and every milestone I celebrated, not by spending, but by anchoring meaning. A sunrise hike, a journal entry, a screenshot of my account. It taught my brain, saving is rewarding, not because of the amount, but because of who I was becoming. Someone consistent, someone aware, someone building something. And you don't need big rewards. You just need reminders that you're moving forward. And when saving becomes satisfying, it becomes sustainable. Freedom is the real wealth. What I've learned is this: financial freedom doesn't begin with a raise. It begins with rhythm, with small, consistent habits that reflect how much you value your future. You don't need a six-figure salary to save 150 to 200 a month. What you need is respect. Respect for your income, respect for your goals, respect for yourself. Most people think discipline is about restriction, but real discipline, it's direction. It's looking at your money and saying, you work for me now. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to lead your money like a leader, intentionally, steadily, with purpose. That's how you create peace. That's how you create safety. That's how you begin to sleep at night, knowing, I'm okay, I've got a plan. So even if you only start with one habit, start today. Your future self won't thank you for what you bought. They'll thank you for what you built. Because saving money is not about being stingy. It's about choosing freedom every single time. And freedom is priceless.